It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from the Struise Brouwers in Belgium, and this is a bottle of the Oostvleteren 12. It's a beer in a 330ml bottle, vintage 2018. It's now 2021, so the beer is about 3 years old, and it's coming in at a rather cheeky 10.5% ABV. Whereas the original Westvleteren 12 comes in at 10.2% ABV. We got a gold bottle cap on this one. This is a Belgium dark quadruple from Flanders. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. To some of you, maybe to a lot of you, Westvleteren 12 is described as the best beer in the world. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening here. So this is like a cheeky, it's a Belgian quad. It's called Oostvleteren, not Westvleteren. It's got the number 12 on the end. It's 0.3% ABV stronger. It's something rather cheeky, and it's probably a bit of fun. But in all seriousness, if this brewery is very serious about this beer, let's see if it's as good as the best beer in the world. I have reviewed Westvleteren 12 before. You can have a look on our YouTube channel if you like to have a look at the original review of Westy 12. The Struise Brouwers, I've had some fantastic beers from them over the years. I'd like to thank Nemerton Brewing Company for sending me this beer. Thank you, Nemerton Brewing Company, for the beer. So we got slow moving carbonation. The head's dissipated rather quickly. Dark looking ale. Lots of haze going on. Let's get the aroma on the beer. You can actually see the alcohol legs. You can, if I roll the liquid round the glass, can you see the alcohol legs? Can you see like a slickness right after the way the beer's rolled round in the glass? Can you see that? Aroma. Ooh, I tell you what, that's close. That is close. In the aroma anyway. Full of dark fruits, cherries, dark cherries and blackcurrant and blueberry and fig and prune. You get a little bit of the tannins as well. Maybe this is a barrel-aged beer. You get that kind of slight oaky tanning aroma, a woodiness from the aroma. Lots of kind of biscuity breadiness and a dryness, a mustiness. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. A little bit of Bovril, a little bit of gravy, Bovril gravy. A slight beefiness about it. Vanilla, plum, prune, fig. That alcohol is well hidden for that 10.5, what did we say it was? 10.5, wasn't it? 10.5% ABV. The original gravity, for those who are interested, is OG 22.4 Plato. And it's 23 IBUs. It's a rather cheeky look at Westvleteren 12. Of course, there's a lot of people out there now who know the story of Westvleteren 12, where it was actually, I think the name of the brewery is Rochefort 12 was, or Rochefort 10, one of those beers was the actual brewer of the Westvleteren 12 for a long time. They produced the beer for Westvleteren. The contract ended and Rochefort carried on brewing their beer, so essentially you can buy a bottle for far cheaper, a bottle of Rochefort 10 or Rochefort 12, and it's essentially the same beer as Westvleteren 12. The reason why Westvleteren 12 is, I feel, such a rare beer to get hold of. It's a bit like Top Trumps or the Panini cards, where you're trading, you know, exceptionally kind of good cards. It's the same with this beer, I think, Westvleteren 12. You can only buy it from the Abbey. They only sell it from the Abbey. And they're like, the Abbey's open like 6 hours a day. And it's not always in stock. So it's one of these where it's almost like, first of all, you've got to travel to Belgium, then you've got to make sure you're there on time, and then you can only buy like 1 or 2 bottles per person. So it naturally kind of elevates this beer into like godly status. It's the reason why I'm saying this beer is so cheeky, because they've produced essentially a very good quad beer here. Very good quadruple. It's very good. And it's almost like the more people kind of talk about it, the more people realise that you're just playing top trumps with beer. Then literally the game is up, isn't it? The game is up for Westvleteren, whereas people didn't really kind of put too much thought about it before. It was the best beer in the world because it was probably the most difficult beer to get in the world, and it was pretty decent. Have I had better beers than Westy 12? Yeah, I certainly have. I certainly have. Maybe that's slightly controversial, but it's just, I try not to let myself get caught up in all of the kind of exclusivity of beer, the white whale of beer, you know. I try not to get myself caught up in all that, because you can end up paying £30 for a bottle of beer when really, for somebody like myself who's drunk over 7,000 beers, it'll probably be a disappointment. It'll probably be a disappointment. The fact that I paid all this money for a beer, and it's, you know, you can get, my point is, you can get something like an Oostvleteren 12, slightly stronger, for probably a pittance of the price. Let's rate it. Lovely looking beer, lovely tasting beer. It's very close to Westy 12 in my eyes. It's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!